Okay, g'day everyone, we're back for another cooking session here. So I've been posting some pizza doughs on some of my pizzas, and I've had a few comments about people asking me to show them how I prepare this. So look, I'll go through this as quickly as I can. Again, it's a pretty lengthy process. Okay, you've got to let the dough like rest a few times, and the last rest is basically a 6 to 8 hour rest. So I usually prepare these in the morning, have them ready, then we have them for dinner. Okay, so look, basically to get a good pizza dough at home, okay, you basically are using pretty much the same ingredients that the guys in the pizza shop are using. So basically flour, some yeast and salt and water. But probably for home cooking, the only two extra ingredients we're going to be adding is some sugar and some olive oil. And basically that is just going to help us when we cook the pizza dough. We're going to get a nice caramelization on the pizza dough like you see in the pizza shops. Okay, so to get started, I like to use a tub like this for mixing. I'm going to do it all by hand today. You can do this in the electric mixer. If you do it in an electric mixer, it's going to be a lot easier. But because some of you guys have been saying you don't have electric mixers, again, I want to try and simplify it to what everyone's got at home. So there's no excuses why you can't do this. Okay, I can't find 00 flour at the moment. Okay, so if you're using 00 flour, you're probably going to get a little bit better of a result. So I'm just using standard plain flour, unbleached, just the standard stuff that's on the shelf at the moment. And I'm just going to sort of give it a bit of a sieve just to make it a little bit finer as I go in. Okay, so I'll get started. So basically I've got a kilo of flour, and I'm just going to put this in here. Okay, and look, I'm not going to be too precious about this, just give it a nice sieve. And what I'll do is I'll have the ingredients in the description. A lot of you guys are asking whether I've got a written recipe for this. So if you look below this video, there's a description. And just remember to like and subscribe, okay? Help me out here. I'm trying to give you the best recipes that I know of to help you guys out. And if you can give me a subscribe and a like, it'll be fantastic. So let me just get this all sieved out. Okay guys, so that's a kilo of flour, okay? So what I like to do is to get the flour just on one side of this tub, okay? And then what I'm going to do on this side, we're going to add the water. Okay, so put it all on one side. Now what you want to try and do here is you want to get 2 grams of yeast. Okay, 2 grams of yeast in here, just instant yeast, and put that in with the flour, and you're going to give that a bit of a mix with your fingers. Now I've got 50 grams of table salt, and I've got 1 litre of water, okay, and that's tepid water. And I like just to mix the salt, okay, with the water first, and just give that a bit of a stir. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll put the water on this side over here. Okay, and what you want to try and do is try and get that salt to dissolve in the water. So again, there's a bit of a saying here when it comes with salt and yeast don't mix in very well. So you want to just try and eliminate as much of that salt touching that yeast. Okay, so I'll just keep on stirring that a bit and sort of dissolve that. In the meantime, I'm going to start mixing these in together. So bit by bit, all I'm really doing here is getting the flour and the water incorporated. Okay, and it's a bit of a slow process, this one, and your hands are going to get quite a bit dirty, but you can just start seeing what's happening there. It's a bit hard to see, but anyway, just basically mixing in that flour and water slowly in together, okay? And we're going to form eventually a bit of a dough. Now with this recipe, okay, it's very like everyone's seeing with the bread, we're getting some different consistencies in the doughs. So this one here, we're actually going to add closer eventually by the end of it, about 1.6 kilos of flour, okay? So it's just one of these ones where you're going to have to judge it yourself at home with your own sort of feeling for the dough, but I'll show you roughly what we're trying to get to. So again, just keep on going with this water and flour, mix it, and that's pretty much all dissolved. I'm going to put that all in now, and I'll keep on mixing this in. Okay, so you can sort of see that's the consistency I'm kind of getting at the moment. So I'll keep on mixing that through. Now at this point, I'll mix in the sugar. So I've just got caster sugar. So I said this is going to probably an additional ingredient that the traditional pizza doughs that guys that are doing it professionally don't always add in, but for home cooking, I've read that this is the way to go. Okay, so this is going to eat on the yeast as well and give us a nice caramelization when we cook. So we've got 20 grams of caster sugar there, and mix that in. Okay, and now we're going to start incorporating just a little bit more extra flour. Okay, so this is, the first one was a kilo, now this is 600 grams. I'm just going to start incorporating that in bit by bit. And when we finish with this dough, this is probably going to get us between 8 to 10 pizza bases. Okay, so traditionally the pizza bases, they weigh about 250 grams each, and approximately in diameter they are about 28 to 32 centimeters in diameter. Okay, so at this point it's sort of starting to come together. Okay, what I'll do, I've got 50 grams of extra virgin olive oil. Okay, I'll put that in, and just stir that in, and this is going to help us again with that crust, and it's going to give it a nice sort of elastic kind of texture. Okay, I'm going to add a bit more of this flour. So I'll probably put in about half of it, right? So that's probably about 300 grams so far. And what we're going to do now, this is going to start to become a ball, and I'm going to toss this out onto the bench, and we're going to start kneading it. Now, like I said, you can do this with the electric mixer. Today I'm doing it all by hand, just for those of you guys that don't have an electric mixer. Okay, there's no excuses why you can't get a good piece of dough. Alright, so that's probably ready to come out. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some flour on the bench. I've got the Biga, okay, and that can give you a bit of an extra dimension to your dough and make it a little bit more sour. Okay, so what I like to do, first of all, I'll tip this out. So look, I'll usually get like maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons of this Biga, not too much. That's one. And that's two. And that's about it. Now look guys, with your Biga, I've had a lot of questions on this, whether you store it in the fridge or keep it in the cupboard. It's really up to you. Look, I like to keep it in the fridge if I'm not going to be using it for long. If I'm using it often, I'll leave it in the cupboard in a cool place. And you can do a test, okay, to check if your Biga is active. You basically get a glass of water and you drop a tablespoon of that Biga into the water. If it floats to the top, it means it's still active. If it's sinking to the bottom, it basically means that it's no longer active. So what you need to do to get it active again, probably tip half of it out, okay, feed it with that flour, give a bit of water, and probably add just a teaspoon of yeast, okay. I like to add a bit of teaspoon of yeast just to activate it quicker. But it's all up to you. There's plenty of stuff on Biga on YouTube. Feel free to jump on some other pages and have a look, but that's the way I do it. Okay, so now we're going to start incorporating this and getting this into a bit more of a regular smooth dough, okay? So it is going to take a bit of time, 15 to 20 minutes of kneading. Okay guys, so here we are about 15 to 20 minutes later. So you can have a look at this dough now, look. You see how smooth it is? And that's the kind of consistency you're looking for, right? It's pretty much like not leaving anything on the table anymore. It's really nice and soft. And it's like formed up all the gluten. So what we do at this point, you basically put that into a ball like that, and I'll just get this cover and we're just going to leave it like this to rest for 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll start forming up the little dough balls. Okay guys, so it's been 20 minutes, okay, resting. So there it is there. What we're going to do now, so like I said before, the typical weight, okay, of the pizza dough is 250 grams. So we'll just cut this in half. Okay. Okay, and we'll just roll this out a bit, something like that. And so we're going to get roughly 8 to 10 pieces out of this, okay? So I just like to just cut this, okay, and just give it a bit of a way, so, and get them roughly around that 250 grams size, okay? Okay, so what I like to do anyway here, so what we're going to do, we've still got some of that flour left over, so we're just going to dust the bench here a bit, and basically all you're going to do with these guys is just get them into a nice ball, okay, and we're just going to leave them just like that. Okay, so they're really silky smooth, okay, they're really easy to handle, they're not runny. They're not like the Maltese dough, okay, I'm not getting and soft. So all I'm doing is just keep on turning this under to get a nice texture like that, okay? And I'll finish the whole dough, okay? I'll finish all these, we'll have these all lined up, and basically all we do here guys is we get this and we cover them like that. And we're leaving this for 6 to 8 hours, okay? I usually do about 6. And then we'll come back and I'll show you how to open up the dough and cook the pizza. Okay guys, so it's been about 6 hours, and here we go, here's the dough. Ba-ba-ba-bum. There you go. So you can see how they've like raised a bit there. They're nice and puffy. Okay. So what I'll do now is I'll just move these across, and I've already prepared all the stuff to start making the pizza. Okay, so I'll just move these across. So what you want to do here is try and not handle this dough too much if you can. And I'm going to cook mine today in the pizza oven I've got behind me. Okay, like, you can do this in a regular oven. Ideally, if you can get a tile or a terracotta tile and you put it in your oven and put that in and let it get warm. So my oven here, the pizza oven, we're going to cook around 180. This gets fairly hot, okay? And I'll just make these pizzas, and I'll show you a couple of the toppings that I like to do. I'll just do 2 here today. It might give you a bit of an idea. Okay, so that's the dough there. You want to try and sort of touch this like as least as you can. So basically you sort of do a bit of a butterfly with your hands, and you start pushing the dough. 1, 2, 3, and then I turn it around and I do that again, okay? And we're just trying to get that nice sort of crust kind of edge on this. We can sort of, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but you're trying to get that crust ring on the outer edge, okay? So then I just I like to sort of just try and get this stretch. I just get sort of my knuckles and just sort of give it a nice stretch. It's a very soft dough, so it's going to stretch quite easily, okay? And you want to get this to about a diameter of roughly between 28 or 30 centimeters, okay? So you're going to get a thinnish kind of pizza dough. It's not going to be too thick, okay? And then I try and keep the ingredients on the lighter side. I don't put too much ingredients on top. Now with the ingredients, you want to make sure that you're not leaving too much liquid with the ingredients. Okay, so that's pretty much it there. It's a nice little circle. I'm just going to get this now. I've got these little pallets here, so I've put some cornmeal or polenta on top, so when I sort of shake it out, it won't get too stuck. And there you go, I just put that on there. Okay, so that's what that's looking like, just like that. Okay, so there you go. Okay guys, so a couple of simple ones today that I like to do. This is potato one. Let's get some olive oil on the base on both of these. Okay, so I just get some anchovies, get the oil evenly on and just break up the anchovies. Okay, some capers. And I've got the potatoes, and I just slice these potatoes nice and thin, okay? So I just put them on top, just like a round circle here. And look, with these pieces, you can just be creative, okay? You just do what you like. This is something that we like at our place, so they come out quite rustic and quite good. So, okay. I've got some sun-dried tomatoes. I'll just put them on top, like that. And what else have I got here? Some black olives. Oops. Okay. And I've got some fresh mozzarella. Now with the mozzarella, just make sure that you take all the water out of it, okay? You want to try and not have much water left when you're cooking these pizzas, otherwise you end up with this water all over your pizza, which you don't want. Okay, so I've got some fresh and I've got some shredded mozzarella as well. I like to mix it up a bit. You've got some tomato, diced up tomato, some olive oil and basil. Okay, just put about 3 tablespoons there. on the base, and it just goes round like that. Okay, and then this one, the kids usually just like some bacon, very simple. Okay, some cabanossi. And look, you don't have to be too neat putting this stuff on. Okay, and again, just some cheese and the mozzarella. Couple of olives and a drizzle of olive oil on top. There we go. And that's it, guys. So I hope you like the pizzas. I'll show you some photos of what they look like at the end. Please remember to like and subscribe, help me out, and we'll see you on the next one. I've got a couple of other things I'm thinking of doing, but I'm just trying to perfect the recipe. So like, subscribe, and we'll see you again. Thanks, guys.